Hey everybody, welcome back to Ravenhawk Coins. And in today's edition, guys, we are going to be discussing Raven's Lucky 13. Yes, his list for serial numbers to hunt for while doing currency searches. And speaking of currency searches, we will be doing a $2, $200 note search here in the very near future. But the first thing that I wanted to discuss is when you're getting into currency collecting, there's a couple things that you might miss even if you're decent at figuring out collecting quickly, just by having a novice eye. So at first glance, we see this note. It looks really nice. It's in really crisp condition. Overall, until you get really, really close, it looks like a great note. And honestly, it still holds a good premium because it's star note and, condition is pretty good. But this wouldn't be something that would be perfect. And there's some things that can happen in photography, and especially tricks with lighting and whatnot, that when you see something online that you're bidding on, you might not be getting what you quite think you're getting. So one of the things that you want to do when you're purchasing, especially if you're purchasing currency offline, or online, is make sure that the field behind the president's head, whether it be Washington or Lincoln or Jackson or anybody that's on the bill, that these fields behind him are relatively really dark. Because what happens is, even in the first time of folding, there'll be a change in the way this looks because it breaks up the ink a little bit. And I'll show you a prime example in this bill that you're looking at right here. Now, from this angle and from this height, it looks really, really nice, and it's still a nice bill. But when you get really close, and you'll see how it'll focus in here, you see this line that's going down his jacket right there and a little bit across his face. Well, these are spots where the bill was actually folded before. Now that I go to fold it, you can see exactly what I'm talking about, that the fold goes right where the jacket is, and because it's in the place that it's at, as it goes up and it kind of creeps over just a little bit, not creeps over, it goes straight here. It doesn't go into a black area, so you don't see it out here, but you might catch it up here and you might catch it down in the lettering and stuff a little bit. But in this bill, it really was kind of a little bit harder to see. But one of the things that, I wanted to show you guys, and this thing, even though it's still in relatively good condition, the things that you want to look at for bills are that the corners have no crimps, just like in a comic book. Also that the edges have not been rolled over from being placed into something too hard. And just overall brand new crispiness of the bill. That plays a lot into the factor of how it could grade if you decide to get it graded. And bills can be graded just like coins. And, like any collectible, it's going to be the rarity, the condition, etc. that determine the value. So the serial numbers that I wanted to discuss are here in order, and I'll discuss what they would be. So we have binary, which is two numbers, so that would be 01010101 or 1010101010. It could be 2323, just as long as it's two numbers. Ultra low serial number is another one you're going to be looking out for. Like we did a video just recently that the number was 670, which was pretty low. This example I used is 100. To me, anything that's pretty much under, when you're in this spot, if you're under about 50,000 in the printing, that's pretty impressive, seeing as how, it's an 8-digit number, so you could end up having some really high and super high serial numbers actually go for good money too. But the next one would be a perfect ladder, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a really, really high valued bill. If you find it in decent condition, it's a $1 bill. You're looking at about $100, give or take. Sometimes more. It just depends on, the condition, rarity, of course, and whatnot, because different bills have different runs. Oh, and by the way, the average life of a bill is about 6 months. So the next one is a solid serial number. It could be any number. I just used all 8s to make it simple. A broken ladder, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, basically where it goes up and then goes back down. These stay in sequence and it's broken up. So this could be even like 6, 7, 8, and then 8765, and as long as it doesn't run a long succession, it's called a broken ladder. So the next one here is bookends, which basically is, I used 55444455 as an example because the ends you would want the same, but that would also be, this would be 29 and then 92 could be another example. There's different ways to look at bookends, but you want to know that they line up the same backwards and forwards on the ends. The next category would be birth notes. The perfect kind of way that it should read out would be the date, like I used here, August 19th of 1959. That'd be 08191959, because there's 8, numbers in the serial numbers on bills. The next one would be a radar, where it's the same backwards and frontwards. Bookends can be part of radars because, as you see here, 54333345, it's the same thing going front and back. So bookends and radars often happen together. Doubles would be something like 66552211. That's just doubles across the board. That's kind of a rarer one and kind of cool. Then you have a repeater, 88778877. Just as it would read on a bill. Double quads could be any set. I used 5s and 2s. Super high serial number, I did solid 8s across the board. And even a solid number, if it was all 1s, is something that's really good. Something that I put here at number 4. And then finally, last but not least, is a tri-note. Depending on, again, the rarity of the bill and the condition, a tri-note can pull some decent premiums. They're also called trinary, I think is how it's pronounced, but, hey, I'm not perfect on all of this, guys, but these are the ones that I look out for the most. And then, of course, if you see anything, error-wise, numbers don't line up properly, or there's something missing, that's something that'll be even more special. Like sometimes they'll have an extra piece of material where it didn't get cut right. I've seen bills where there's a breakage through the printing, or even missing printing, like something like that much is just all blank and then the rest is the bill. So you see anything that's out of the ordinary, that's going to bring extra premium, guys. So I hope this helps you out, gives you kind of an idea and a ballpark to start from. If you have any questions, more than welcome to correspond. If you want to make trades, it's ravenhawkcoins@gmail.com. Our P.O. Box is 721296, Norman, Oklahoma 73070. Make sure to support all the channels out there, guys, and definitely make sure to take care of one another. Ravenhawk Coins, have a great day!